Hey guys and girls, it's Reekyracer here again with another live stream, but today we're in Hirshfelden and I'm in the Grinderland area, as you can see there, but in particular Ernsdorf, just across over the bridge here, and there's meant to be a fairly sweet spot of a lot of animals around here, so we'll see what we can find in here today and see what happens. Yeah, so it's meant to be a mixture of I think roe deer, fallow deer, bison, fox, so should be a good variety for us. Anyway, to start out, oh, excuse me, I've got a dry throat. That's better. Yeah, so thanks for joining in, everyone who comes along and has a bit of a look, and hope you enjoy it, and we'll see how we go. I actually went out for a hunt earlier today and just before and shot a few moose before I decided to come back to Hirshfelden, but I thought I'd have a bit of a look at Hirshfelden. Haven't been here for a while and been on Leighton Lakes for a few streams now, so for a change of animals, a bit of a change of scenery. Not that the forest sort of looks fairly similar, I suppose. Probably a little bit greener here than what it is on Leighton Lakes, but anyway, we'll keep wandering along this ridge here. I was actually I sort of actually want to come in around here, sort of. This is the area we want to be in, but whether we can get there because of the wind, I really don't know, because that's directly into the wind, so we'll see what we can come up with. And because I know bison are fairly skittish, as soon as they smell you or see you, they're gone. And I don't know how a 270 is really going to handle taking down a bison, but you never know when I see fallow deer and roe deer. So actually, that's one thing I may check just before I do take off, what actual lures and callers we've got here. Antler, we can take that deer bleat out actually, because we really only need the roe deer. The roe deer, predator caller can stay there, and the wild boar. So give it a bit of a call and see what comes out of the woodworks. So as we're walking up here, I actually got this rangefinder yesterday. I was able to finally actually get enough money to save up for it, so that's very handy. And also on my guns, I have the 75, 150 and 300 zeroing perk on all my weapons now, so that helps out as well, especially now that you've got the rangefinder, because you can zoom into what the animal is, tells you exactly how far away it is, and then pop it off. So that's great. But anyway, we'll keep heading up this way, sort of to the west. I'd rather be going south, but at this point in time we sort of can't, so we might have to just change our plans a little bit. But this whole area is meant to have a fairly decent spot of animals in it, so while I was coming here, because I actually came from Spreeberg, so I jumped on my quad and rode over here, and while I was riding over here I actually ran through two big herds of red deer. Red deer, well, whatever deer they are, fallow deer, sorry. And yeah, so there probably was 8 to 10 deer in each herd, so I was sort of too loud with that bike, so it sort of scared them all off. But I'll just have a bit of a look over here, being that that's the road. They probably won't be hanging around there, but there's a lot of tracks here, so hopefully we're heading in sort of the right direction. But being that we've got that wind to play with, it'll be blowing our scent straight over onto them if they're down in that left hand side, I suppose. But keep on coming down here, just keep on checking. I thought that was a deer there for a second, but no, road sign. Anything over that way? No. I don't even know what time of the day it is in game. It's 1:30 in the afternoon, so most of them will be resting. They may be up soon for a bit of a feed, and yeah, I don't think I want to be on this side of the road. I actually want to go this way a bit more. So now that we've got the wind to our side a little, we may actually be alright for a bit. May bring something in. I'll give out a few more bleats, see if I can call in some roe deer, because I don't think I've got my 100% bonus on at the moment, so because I did actually miss a couple of moose. Like I said, I was actually playing earlier this afternoon, so just to try and get myself up a couple more levels before I decided to do a live stream, and yeah, ended up a bit later than I really expected, but that's alright. It's Friday night here, so I've got nothing better to do, so I thought, oh well, may as well get a live stream started and see who joins us. Oh, we've got a bit of a call over here, and that's a bit of a mating call by a female bison, so we might sort of head up that way, and although that's above the road, isn't it? Yes, it is. So I don't think we'll bother with that. We'll keep wandering down here anyway. See what we can find down here, because there's meant to be everything down in this area down here, so I'm sure we'll come across a bison. Wow, that sounded real close. But whether she got a whiff of me, I don't know. She may have. Could be bison there too, who knows. But we'll head this way anyway, because east is about where we need to be. Come down through this area here, and oh, that is a roe deer, so let's give it a bit of a call, see if we can pull it out of the trees here. I can hear it, it's that close. Can't actually hear it. Oh, I don't know where that's coming from. I can hear footsteps now, so I might just grab the 243 out. Sounds like it's right in front of us. And it is. Look at that. And it's a little Bambi. And first shot of all, I was at 150 metre range too. Zeroed at 150 metres, which is not good. But anyway. First shot of the day. Or first shot of the stream, I should say. Little female roe deer. Flesh, left lung, right lung. So yeah, so no consecutive harvest, so I'll have to get that up. Quick kill bonus, so not bad, 606 on the cash, so can't complain about that. And we'll keep heading on down this way. See what we can see. We've probably scared all the buffalo away if there was any in the area. Won't have scared the roe deer away, you could probably call them back in. But, sorry, we'll keep on heading down this way anyway. I'll go and do a bit of a fast crouch and take it a bit easy. See how we are going. Anything over that way? And that? No. So I think this actually comes down onto the edge of the water down there, but we want to sort of be a little further in. Yeah, about there somewhere I think it is. So we'll move that waypoint a little bit further, and if we can actually stick on this hillside here, we might be in with a bit of luck with this wind direction the way it is, because everything will be down in that valley. So I'll try and come along here. Now we're straight into the wind, but hey, got to be at some stage I suppose, but try to keep out of it as much as possible. So yeah, like I said earlier in the stream, there's meant to be pretty much every species here in Hirshfelden is meant to be in this area, so we'll have a bit of a look. We have heard a bison female call so far, so little roe deer, so I mean, I'll take the roe deer all day long before I start going with the bison, just so that I can actually get my consecutive harvest bonus up to 100% before I start going with the big boys. Oh, bit of a leaf branch in the way there. Nothing much around at the moment, but then that 243 would have scared a fair bit off for the next 10 or 15 minutes until it all starts normalising again. And the birds. Hey, how you going, Reekyracer? Thanks for joining the chat. Just here in Hirshfelden, changing it up a little bit. Have been doing Leighton Lakes live streams for the last couple of days, so I thought I'd... What have we got here? European bison. Well, there you go. They're heading this way, so we might be lucky enough. But we're heading in the right direction. But yeah, as I was saying, I was at Leighton Lakes and now we're in Hirshfelden just for a bit of different game. Being that there's bison here, I don't know how well it's going to go with a 270, but you never know. So we'll give it a go and see what happens. How you going, Brandy Fallon? Thanks for joining the live stream. Thanks for joining the chat as well. It's always good to get a few people in the chat. I can talk to it. It's not like I'm talking to myself so much then. So, but yeah, like I said, thanks for joining in, and yeah, hope you enjoy. So we'll just keep wandering along here for the moment. A bit of a rock pile. Probably actually stand up and walk normally for a little bit, being that we've got no real noises around us. So we'll keep going here, and looks like we're still on the track of the bison, so although it looks like they may have skipped up the hill, stay in front of my scent, but we'll keep going. And oh, got a bit of a red fox here, so I might just pull out the predator caller, which I think is this one. Little jackrabbit caller. See if we got any little red fox coming down the hill anywhere here, because they're worth a fair dollar in the game. usually around $1,000. Plus it'll help get the consecutive harvest up. I think you can get about 1,200 once you've got your consecutive harvests right up, but I don't see anything moving down there, so, but being that it is straight into the wind, it probably won't come to us, so get the old roe deer caller out and give it a little bit more of a call and see what we can come up with. I don't actually have any of the real big game callers. I've only got the, oh, there we go, and that's a roe deer warning call, so I reckon we can bring her in here. But not sure where that one came from. It's very close again, I think, so we'll just keep calling. See what we can come up with. Come on, little roe deer. Being it was a little female, you won't get any trophy score off it, anything like that, but it does help with the consecutive harvests, like I said earlier. So yeah. Not hearing anything yet, so we might just keep creeping over this way a little bit. It did sound fairly close, so I actually thought it was just in these bushes here, but you just never know with these guys. Sometimes they can come and walk straight out on top of you. Come into here beside the rock a little bit more, and gives you a little bit of cover on one side at least, then you know you're not going to get trampled on from the opposite side that you're actually looking from. And the fog looks like it's going to start rolling in now, so not much along that hillside there, but there is footprints leading down the hill, so I would say if anything I'll need to keep going this way. Get through this bit of a minefield of rocks here. I'm not even sure whether we'll be able to go through that, so I might have to come back around. Have a look over here before we wander out too far into the open and spook everything. Now that's into the wind and that's behind us, but got something right there. Could be a little red fox. Could be a jackrabbit too, you wouldn't know. The old jackrabbits like to come out and run around, so. But it looks like everything's sort of seeming to go this way, which, what's that over there? Alright, nothing. Just a trick. Yeah, so we're just about on where I am told that there's a fairly sweet spot here of animals, but at this point in time I'm not seeing them. So, but see then, giving out a mating call straight ahead up there, so you never know, you can call the deer down. It's very strange how they don't really care for the wind all that much. So, but anyway, heading down towards the water's edge there. No, not much around. There's open paddocks through those trees there, and there's sort of more open stuff up there, so I'm wondering whether we can actually run into a bit of bison sort of along those tree lines, but we'll keep going and see what we can come up with. There's still a few tracks around here. I don't even know what direction am I going. Oh yeah, see, we want to sort of oh, I'll probably call that one in actually. We'll give it a bit of a go and should be enough for it. See what we can spy, because it could have been that one that was calling us before where we were, so hopefully it comes over this little rise and take a pot shot at it. Being that it is only 70 metres away, it'll be good. Nothing much there at the moment though. Was a fair way away I suppose, but usually if they do catch the lure, it's pretty easy to bring them in, as long as they can hear the lure. Usually they will wander on in, so we'll give it a bit more of a just worried something's going to come that way, but give it a bit of a call, a bit more, see how we go. Still no real movement, but doesn't mean they're not out there. Because it could actually be trying to get around me just to give me a sniff out too, but yeah, roe deer are usually silly enough to not worry about that. They'll just come to wherever they hear the noise, but doesn't seem to be anything coming out. Whether it's the wrong time of day, I'm not real sure, because it is mid-afternoon, so see if I didn't bring anything out this way. Nothing down that way, so yeah, we sort of want to come back up this hill more, but that's going straight into the wind, so hey, why did that do that? Wow, that was different. So we'll keep on marching along here and see how much ground we can cover. Oh. That's that fellow deer. Oh, that's the little roe deer, so we'll take a pot shot at it. It was 75. And it's down. double tap. I actually didn't think I got it the first time. I thought it was going to stand back up. I'm not real sure about that, but we'll go and have a bit of a look. So yeah, like I said, always check behind yourself, because you just never know what you're going to bring in. And it's a little spotty. So we've got a piebald as its fur type. So 20% consecutive hardest, quick kill bonus. So yeah, I did actually get its left lung the first shot and its right lung the second shot. So I did actually take it down. But yeah, well, I'll keep on keeping on, I suppose, and head this way. See what else we can find. Being that I have just shot again, it'll take a little bit for them all to settle back down again, I suppose, but I'll keep wandering this way and hopefully we can come across something a bit better than a couple of roe deer for yous. I wouldn't mind seeing what we can do with a bison. I haven't actually gone up against too many. I know they charge you if you're fairly close. I'll try and attack you, but yeah, we'll see how we go. I mean, we do have the 270 and I do have a 357 handgun, so if I do need to use it and they get close, you can always pull the handgun out and start popping them away too. So, but yeah. But anyway, we'll keep heading this way, and actually we're meant to be heading this way, so actually now that wind is sort of to the south of us, southwest, I might start heading this way a little bit more and see what we can come up with. I don't really want to head straight south, but about where we are there is good, I suppose. Even though everything would have sniffed us out before, but as we're walking down, maybe not though, because it doesn't look like it's too windy here at the moment, so try and get up and around that hill, because it sounded like there was a bit going on up there. So we'll keep going and see what we can do. So just a reminder guys, if you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to like and subscribe, it helps me out, thank you. And yeah, I do really appreciate it when you do subscribe to the channel. Shows that what I'm doing is want to keep seeing more of, so I'll keep doing it, and yeah, hopefully it sort of keeps going. We'll see where we go. So yeah, this is Hirshfelden Map anyway, so the European one, for any of those that are just joining now. Thought I'd change it up a little bit and go for something a little bit different. What kind of tracks have we got here? See, that is the bison tracks. Problem is that they're going straight into the wind. And they've got a really good sense of smell, and I think they've got a pretty good sense of sight too, from what I can gather, because they know where you are to charge you. So, but we'll see how we're going, because it looks like these bison might have gone around this hill, so we might actually catch up to them. It's probably just a resting area for them here somewhere. So yeah, we'll head up this hill and see what we can come up with. Oh. So now that's bison up that hill. So I might just have to be a little careful here, because they're going to get a whiff of me and then take off, I'd say. But if I can come up onto this side of the hill maybe and come back around, they may not see me. So we'll come up and have a bit of a look anyway, and might just sneak up a bit here, make sure I'm just not making too much noise, because I'm pretty sure they're up on this side of the hill here. But I'm just trying not to get the wind, have them downwind from me, so that, and they're all dead downwind from me. Female, female, trivial, trivial, but they're all fairly close, so I might try and go for this 2 minor here with the 270. And I think I missed a lot of them. So we'll go for a wander. Yeah, it was a bit of a pity because they were dead downwind from me, so it makes it very difficult when they're straight downwind from you. So I knew they were over here somewhere on this plateau, so but we'll see what happens. So there was 4, I'm just not sure whether I even got any of them. Let me see on the map, European bison, very low bleed rate, so, and there's no purple on the map there, so I am thinking that I probably didn't actually get them. Which is okay. So we'll keep going this way anyway. And you never know what will come across down this way. So I don't think... No, see, there's no purple bruising, so I don't really think that there's going to be too much around here that's actually died, being that you need that bruising to tell you that they've died there. So I think I would have just grazed them. Very low bleed rate on a bison, yeah, it's very unlikely. You got to sort of try and get within that range I was, I suppose, with the 270, but more so you've got to try and hit them in the spine just so you can disable them, then they can't go anywhere. And you will be right. You just never know. These guys could actually come back too, so we'll keep walking this way and see what we can find. It's a bit of a pity I don't have any sort of caller for the bison, but looks like a fair... Pretty sure the bison all went that way. They're probably all down into that paddock down there, but I just don't know. So we'll go and walk down there anyway and have a bit of a look. So I sort of don't want to put too much. I was hoping there'd be something back in this way a bit somewhere, but it doesn't look like there's anything. Not even footprints down there, so looks like those bison actually went down this way, so they could actually have changed direction. I'm not sure whether they're like the deer, because I know the deer will actually keep coming back in to the same areas, but I'm not sure about the bison, whether they'll double back on themselves after a little bit and start walking back into their same areas, or whether they find new areas or what. I'm not really sure on them at the moment. I haven't actually hunted them enough to know too much about the old bison, so it's sort of all just a bit of a guessing game at the moment as where to hit them and such like that, because I've sort of pretty much learnt where you hit the deers, or deer I should say. So, and every animal's different. I mean, moose, you've sort of got to go down a lot further just to get into that hump, below that hump, to try and smack them on the back there. But yeah, as far as I know, this sort of whole area is meant to be fairly decent for most types of animals in Hirshfelden. Your roe deer, fallow deer, bison, fox, wild boar meant to be around here as well, which I do have a boar caller, but keep checking behind myself too. Should actually be down a little bit just to get that little bit of a less uncamouflaged, I suppose you'd call it, because it's better to be kneeling down and crouched, because they will come in right up to you. Don't lay on the ground. I did that yesterday and one jumped on top of me, so it's not real good. So I might just, while we're here, being that there is not too many animals around, I might just wander up to that lookout and grab that lookout point, because I haven't actually got it on my map, so I wouldn't mind getting it. You may as well get as many codex as you can in this game. It gives you 100 experience with every little thing you find, so you may as well try it and grab it while you can, I suppose you'd say. What's this over here, a hunting blind or what? Yes it is. Okay, so I've got that as well now. It's not a question mark anymore. Yeah, so we might go up here and then we'll see where we're at, because then we're at the other end of this big paddock where all these bison are meant to be, but I think I may have scared them all off. Plus the wind is just not really working in my favour today. So, and again, thank you for everyone for joining me. Yeah, oh, here we go. What do we got here? It's always good to have people on the channel. I enjoy putting this on the live stream and running the live streams here, and here we go. That is 120 out, a little Bambi again, so we may as well reload here, and we will reset to 150, and little Bambi's gone. So let me see if I can call it back in again, because, oh, what do we got here? We don't want Bambi, we want the bison. Look at that big male bison just sitting there. So we might just put two into him, see where we're at. Didn't actually hit him in the spine, but oh well, it was fairly close. So I'll quickly run down here, see how much of a hit I got on him. Well, that was lucky that little Bambi ran away and I was able to actually spot that big old bison sitting there, big male bison just sitting there. I wish he'd actually charged me. makes it easier if they charge you. So, well, this is him here. So I must have seen him there. What's this one? No, that's the little deer. That's the little deer. So this one was this one here when I spotted him. And that's just a flesh wound. And we'll just drop down here for a second because I will call this little fella back in. Because I think he's just beyond that little bit of a rise there, so he'll probably poke his head up over the rise here any second and see what we can find. I don't see any movement there at the moment, but it's not to say he's not just there. I can't hear anything. So I'll keep on wandering along here. I do actually hear something now. It's more to that right hand side. So we'll have a bit of a look, and there's definitely something just here, but I don't actually see it. So that's a medium blood rate, so we might just go ahead and just try and find. Oh mate, I won't worry about that little road here. 25 to 50, so oh look, little road here just there. But anyway, we've got our big male, so I'll just clear a bit of a track around him, have a bit of a look at him. Now, and all the trees are in the way, so you can't really sort of notice him too much, but yeah, decent size. So there you go, 87% quick kill bonus, 100% integrity, and a 47% harbour. So he was actually an $800 beastie, but he was only a 423, so common, 450 kilos. So he's never actually going to be anything overly high, like a gold or anything. If anything, he probably would have been a silver at the most, I think. So we might just, okay, that's a little road here, so we might just call that little road here back in over here. It is over there, so we'll give it a bit of a bleep. So like I said before, they are a bit funny. They will actually come right in on you, even if you are downwind from them. They're very curious little animals. And hey, at this stage I will take whatever comes along. Now that we've found a big male bison just sitting there like that, I'm real happy about that. So decent cash, $800 worth, so can't really complain about that, because everything is money in this game. So every dollar that you can grab. We might actually, yeah, see, we should really be heading back this way. There's more. I'll just put a waypoint there for the moment. See if we can actually see this little road here. So your fallow deer are a little bit more elusive, but whoop, don't run. So we'll go this way and whoop. That's a little road deer warning call, so it was just over there somewhere. There he is. 90 odd metres out, so I will take a shot. And there was two of them standing there, so I think I just got it in the neck. But I'll run over here and have a quick look, see what I got. I'm not sure whether I used the 243 or the 270 just then. Hey Eric, how you going? Thank you for the nice 21 subscribers. Yes, getting there. I'm getting there. So let's see. What have we got here? Very low bleed rate, but it does, no, see, that'll be the bison. So we'll go and have a bit of a look, see what I can find. But so you got a few different ones running through here. So I think, not sure. What have we got there? Yeah, not real sure. So we might head back this way anyway. Keep going. Wander along. We'll go towards that waypoint anyway. I'm not real worried. Sort of just an area. As long as we've got the wind behind our backs, we'll be right. We may actually call more in. I know it will stuff up my consecutive harvests if it does die, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So that's just a rock. So we'll see what we can find down this way. Being that that is a sleeping zone, you would think that the animals would probably want to go in there at some stage, so we'll keep sort of looking around here. And oh, I thought that was an animal, but it's just another rock. So yeah, that was where we got that bison before, in that sleeping area. So we'll keep going up this way anyway and head this way and see what we can find. A couple more big male bison would be nice, but like I said, at this point in time I'll take anything I can grab. And I mean, it is getting later in the afternoon in game, yeah, 4:30, so a fair few of these animals will start coming out, I suppose. Start coming out for a feed and start bedding down. How you going, Tom? Thanks for joining the channel. Well, on the way up this way, sort of a bit of an area, looking for whatever we can find really, but I've picked an area of the map that I have been informed that has sort of nearly every animal type on Hirshfelden in this one sort of area. So oh, I thought that was bison standing on the hill, but no, it's just a tree branch. So yeah, I'm sort of just wandering around, having a bit of a look, see what we can find. So yeah, I'm sort of in this area of Hirshfelden at the moment. It's meant to be, this is mainly where your bison are, in this area, sort of all up and around here. They're also meant to be down in these areas here too, so if you ever are chasing bison, they're the areas that you'll find them in, or should find them in, I should say. Earlier on I did come across probably about a herd of 6 or 8 female bison. I didn't actually see any male bison in the herd. Took a pot shot at one of them, but the problem was that I had the wind going straight into their faces, so they're giving me a good old whiff, so it alerted them and they all sort of reared up and took off. So yeah, didn't have the chance to actually get a good shot at any of them, and being that I've only got a 270 to shoot bison with, it's, yeah, you got to make sure you hit them in the spine, or at least get a good hit in the spine, so that they'll only run a little bit of the way and drop down. So, but yeah, we'll sort of head back this way where the hunting pressure isn't sort of as high, see what we can find, because once you put a little bit of hunting pressure, the old purple on the map, it starts, the animals get alerted and start looking for somewhere else to go, so they all will just wander off. Although if you can come across a herd of roe deer or something like that, you can pop them off and keep calling them back if you've got the patience. Take you about 20 minutes, half an hour, and you can pop off half a dozen at a time if you can find decent herds. So, but we'll keep heading up this way. I'll throw a couple more bleats out just so we're attracting things. You just never know what we'll find at this time of day. Been 4:30, everything should be coming out of the woodwork. Bit of a feed, starting to get ready for bed. So yeah. Being that we've got footprints coming this way, what's that? That is bison. So I might just jump down here for a second and have a bit of a scope around, because they always seem to like finding nice areas to sit, and sort of half wooded, half not. So I'll just have a bit of a look at this track, and it walked that way straight into the wind, but yeah, we want to go this way, so we'll keep going down away from the wind, and you just never know what we'll come across. I think this was about where we were earlier when I shot those other bison. Oh no, the other bison were actually up on that plateau up in here. So, but we'll keep going in this area. It's meant to be fairly decent, so you just never know what we'll come across. There's some days you have good days, and other days you don't find too much at all. It's funny like that, but I suppose that's how hunting is. So we'll keep going across here anyway, and yeah. This was the plateau from earlier today, or earlier on, and they all took off over that way. So I would have thought they'd come back, but obviously maybe the bison don't come back once you scare them out of an area. Not real sure. Bit of a scope down the hill. There's not much around. Give out a few bleats and see what we can come up with. Not sure what else I've got. Antler rattler. Boar caller. Give that a bit of a call and see what. Because there is meant to be boar here too, but they're more night time, so I don't know that you'd see too many boar out during the day, but I thought I heard some footprints, but no, footsteps. But I think we'll keep heading this way anyway and see what we can come across. Because this is sort of more the area that the old bison like to be in. So, and see these ones are all heading down this hill here, so nothing over there. Just check down this hill because they like to seem to sort of sit and have a bit of a look. So stump or a tree, something there. So we'll keep heading this way. Might just go and have a bit of a look over this bit of the next ridge with this rock on it and see what we can find over here. There's deer. So there's definitely animals around here, it's just a matter of trying to find them. Hey, how you going, Manuel? Thank you for joining the channel. Oh, sorry, Manuela. My reading's not so great, so you'll have to forgive me. I'll try and get everyone's names right. Doesn't look like there's too much down there, but I will give it a bit of a deer bleat and see what we can come up with. There's an eagle up there, so there's something moving around down there. I have heard other people say that if you do hear the eagles, that there is animals around because they've disturbed the birds. I don't know how true that is, but I can sort of hear the birds, so you don't always hear them either. So, and it sounds like it's coming from that way over there somewhere, so I'm just not real sure how true it is. But hey, I'll believe anything. So, doesn't look like there's too much calling out to us or anything, so we'll head over this way a little bit more. You just never know what's over the next ridge. Not much. Wow. It's pretty poor effort today on behalf of all the animals in this game, I must say. Yeah, disappointing me. Especially after my efforts there earlier today. It was sort of, we're just popping them off everywhere, so not in this area of course. There is no hunt pressure sort of where I am at the moment, so I would have thought, being that this is meant to be one of the hot spots of this Ernsdorf area, but I don't know. Maybe it's the wrong time of day, I'm not real sure either. Coming up that it's coming up to dark there, but because I think it is, what is it, 5:15 in the afternoon, so although you would have thought they'd all be out having a feed and whatnot, but Not real sure. So yeah, as I said earlier on in the stream, I actually was able to buy this, the first rangefinder the other day. Finally leveled up enough to grab it, so it's good. That actually helps out heaps. So anyway, not real sure. There's not much happening around here, so not real sure. Anyway guys, my stream's been going for about an hour. I've got other things I've got to do, so I will try and be back on over the weekend a lot earlier than what I am now for people in the United States and other parts of the world. Here in Australia it's only sort of 8 PM, so but I will try and get on tomorrow afternoon Australian time, probably around 3 o'clock Australian time, which is Greenwich Mean Time plus 10 for everyone outside Australia, and because there's just not much happening today. So but anyway, thank you everyone for joining me, and don't forget, if you like the video, hit that like button and subscribe, and thank you very much, and hope to catch you at another stage. Bye for now.